factory gate prices fell at the fastest pace in 7 years. They're at they're 5.4% lower than a year ago, and that's a figure not seen since December 2015. And it's because demand for consumer and manufactured products softened. Consumer prices fell 0.2% compared with the previous month, missing analysts' expectations of a 0.2% rise. Well, Xiaolin Chen is head of international at KraneShares, and we're going to dig into all of this. So good to see you. So what does this weaker than expected data say about China's economy?
Nice to see you. Thank you for having me on your program. It's clearly reflective of the weaker demand in China, but at the same time, it's also a reflective of results of the falling commodity price as one, and some food price get dropped. That's holistically a result causing both the headline number today announced that are showing weakness, but at the same time, it also offers more room, particularly the inflation number are very low. It offers more room for central bank, for policymakers in China to provide more liquidity and more support to the economy. I think this leaves them more room, if not a wake-up call for them to realize the economy on itself, domestic economy on itself, coupled with global uncertainty and also weaker demand outside of China, is not going to be sufficient for Chinese economy to rebound or to achieve the desired growth target for the policymakers set out in China.
You talked about demand outside of China, but domestic demand is yet to fully recover. Why do you think households are still so reluctant to spend?
Probably two key reasons, I'd say. Number one, real estate is still the highest portion of financial assets in Chinese household. Probably around 65% of Chinese household assets, financial assets, is in real estate. That number has come down over the years. Is now being diversified to invest in equity and fixed income. Still is a high proportion. When real estate market are still consolidating, finding its bottom, become a bit stabilizing, household would be a little bit reluctant until they have a bit of more clarity on their wealth effect overall to decide their spendings. I'm less worried for a very simple reason. Chinese households typically improved, showed in the record of the PBOC's number was last year they managed to save $2.6 trillion. The household has the money, has the liquidity. They do have the power to spend, and real estate market got to show a bit of a stabilizing sign. Yeah. Second, finding them a job. When you have more income to come, your flows, your money the income come to the household is very stable, and you have more to expect, you will feel more comfortable to spend, and you have the power to spend.
So you've said that we can expect some more support from the central bank. But look, if we are looking at deflation, what's that going to mean for the global economy?
This is actually, relatively speaking, would be a slightly, I put it another way, relatively easier to fix the job for the Chinese policymaker than their counterparts in the global sense. I know I live in London, a lot of people live in US. We are facing heightened inflation number. That job is harder to deal. Raising interest rates is questionable toolkit to do. But deflation here is because the demand is to make people more comfortable, is inject certain things to boost up investors' confidence. What can you do? Number one, stabilizing the real estate market, which they have been doing. I think they should do more, allowing local province cities to do the measure that right for that city to stabilizing real estate market. That's number one. Number two is coming to summertime. Is going to be a bit of a traveling, summer vacations. I think the seasonalities might actually provide to be a bit positive for the household to spend, to travel, to visiting their friends they haven't been able to see over the last few years. That's the second. And third is the fresh graduates from university going to hit the job market very soon. The policymaker in China will have to do a lot of things to help the corporates, big or small, state-owned or private, to create job opportunity for these fresh graduates. Millions of them are going to hit the market. So I think in overall, corporate policy, liquidity, physical spending has to be all be announced now to help the economy. I stay high hope July political bureau meeting to see what that.
Xiaolin Chen from KraneShares, thank you very much.
Thank you.